Everyone knows that the pollution in the rivers like Ganga and Yamuna is the cause of concern for various states as well as the central government. But recently, pollution in a small stream called as Budha Nala has led to widespread protest by the farmers of Punjab and Rajasthan. Name of the protest is Zeher se Mukti Andolan. My name is Lalit Soni and you are watching InFocus by Drishti IAS. In this episode, we will be talking about the Zeher se Mukti Andolan as well as the issue of pollution in Budha Nala. So here you can see protest will escalate. Farmers in Rajasthan and Punjab are protesting against the toxic Budha Nala. In this episode, we'll be talking about the reason. We will be looking at the efforts by the government. We'll also see what are the demands of the farmer and what is the way forward. So let's start our discussion. First, we will be seeing the point of discussion. We'll be starting with the news and then we'll move to the Zeher se Mukti Andolan. We'll talk a little bit about the Andolan and then we'll move to the background of the Budha Nala pollution issue. Okay. After that, we'll talk about the protest. We will see why these protests are being happening. Then farmers' demand, impact of the pollution, regulatory actions which has been taken by the Punjab government. Then we'll be moving to a way forward. In the end, there will be a practice question for you which you have to attempt and answer to me in the comment box. Now, before moving further, I would like to tell you that the English medium batch for the GS Foundation, IAS GS Foundation for prelims as well as mains, first batch will be starting at our Noida center from 12th of December, 6 p.m. Address is C171/2 Block A, Sector 15, Noida. For more information, you can call on this number, that is 9311406440. Okay. Other than that, a course for UPSC GS Foundation at our Prayagraj center will be starting from 2nd of January 2025 for both Hindi as well as English medium. Time will be 6 p.m. for Hindi medium and 5:30 p.m. for English medium. Okay, and other than that, we have one more initiative for you, that is Sambhav 2025, which is an initiative by Drishti IAS on our website. It is open for all aspirants. So here you will be getting an practice for your prelims as well as your mains. So 10 questions for your prelims you will be getting and 2 questions for your mains you will be getting over here. In this particular initiative, you will be able to trace your real-time ranking when we are talking about these prelims practice, so that you will know where you are standing in the race. Okay, so you can go and explore this particular initiative at our website. Now let's move further and see that what is the news. So in the last week, farmers from Punjab and Rajasthan held protest in the Sutlej, the river that supplies water to several districts in both states. Now we will be seeing that what is the connection with the Sutlej, etc. But if you want to look at this particular protest, these are related to Budha Nala. It is a small stream which is there in Punjab, which ultimately meets in Sutlej River. Okay, because of the pollution in this particular area or this particular stream, that is leading to the pollution of the Sutlej River, and ultimately this is impacting those districts which are getting water from the Sutlej River. Okay, now let's see what is Zeher se Mukti Andolan. It is also known as the Kale Panida Morcha in Punjab. The protest of farmers from both Punjab and Rajasthan states call on to stop releasing untreated effluent into Budha Nala, a seasonal water stream that originates in Punjab's Malwa region where Ludhiana is located. When we talk about this Ludhiana is an industrial town which is there in Punjab. So obviously there are various industries which are actually discharging effluents in the Budha Nala. Okay, and passes through the industrial city of Ludhiana before it finally drains into the Sutlej River. So basically the issue is to clean Budha Nala. Issue is to you can say get the attention with respect to the pollution which is happening in the Budha Nala because of the industries in Ludhiana. Okay, why? Because it is ultimately impacting the water of Sutlej River. Now let's move further and see what is the background of this particular issue. Now here you can see in this particular map, there is this small stream which is there, that is Budha Nala, and ultimately it is going into the larger stream, that is basically your Sutlej River. Okay, so here you can see this is the Ludhiana town, and there is various you can say on the bank of this particular Budha Nala we have this town, and there are various industries which are discharging the effluent into this particular region. Okay, so what is Budha Nala? A 47-kilometer long tributary of Sutlej River in Punjab flowing through Ludhiana. It has become one of the most polluted water bodies in the region. It serves as a channel for domestic sewage and industrial effluent, making it a toxic hazard. Because of the various industries, there are various toxins which are getting into this particular stream and ultimately harming the water of Sutlej. Now, extent of pollution, if you see, Reports suggest that over 400 factories in Ludhiana, including dyeing, textile, leather marketing, and electroplating units, discharge untreated or partially treated waste into the Nala. Contaminants include heavy metals, dyes, chemicals, organic waste, severely degrading the water quality. So if we are looking looking at the contaminants over here, that is heavy metals, okay, dyes, chemicals, organic waste, these are all getting inside the water since this particular effluent is not treated, okay, so ultimately leading to the you can say pollution in the Buda Nala. Connection to the Sutlej River. If we are talking about the connection, I have already told you that it is kind of a tributary, but let's see, the Nala ultimately empties into the Sutlej River, spreading pollution downstream to the neighboring states like Rajasthan and Haryana. About the Sutlej River, if you want to see, so here you can see it is a tributary of Indus River. Indus River is starting from the Bokarchu glacier, and then here you can see this is the river Sutlej, which is over here. It is having its origin somewhere near in Mansarovar. Here you can see river Sutlej originates from the Rakshastal lake located near Mansarovar and Mount Kailash. Okay, so that is the origin, and then it enters into India, and then it goes to Pakistan, and you can say ultimately merge with the Indus River. Okay, so this is about the Sutlej River, and we have already seen in this particular picture that this Buda Nala is discharging into the Sutlej River. Okay, now here you can see when we are talking about the states, so we know that there are states like Punjab, Rajasthan, and Haryana, through which Sutlej is having this, you can say the river basin of Sutlej is over there. Okay, now moving further, we have seen that farmers of Rajasthan has also been part of the protest. Why is that? So basically here you can see Nala ultimately empties into the Sutlej River, which we have seen. Sutlej in turn feeds water into Rajasthan's Gang and the Indira Gandhi Canal. Here you can see this is your Sutlej River, and here you can see there is this canal, that is your Gang Canal, Gang Neher, which is there in Bikaner and the nearby places. And other than that, there is this Indira Gandhi Canal, which is also there and getting water from the Sutlej River. So basically we are saying that the water of Sutlej is going into the Gang Neher as well as the Indira Gandhi Canal. Now these canals on the Nahar basically are providing water for the Rajasthan, okay, spreading pollution downstream to the neighboring states like Rajasthan and Haryana, which we have seen. So because of which you can say farmers of Rajasthan are also being part of it. Now Buda Nala pollution effects of why there are you can say protests. First is the agriculture impact. Because of all the kind of effluents which are going into the Sutlej water, now water is used for the irrigation, okay, and ultimately all the excess you can say contaminants which are going into the soil of the fields, and that is what is leading to the degradation in the soil's quality. So here you can say soil degradation, reduced crop yield, and long-term soil infertility. So these are the issues for farmers, and that is why farmers are over here. Other than that, health hazard, which is for all, increased cancer cases, skin diseases, respiratory issues, and reproductive health problems, which are impacting everyone who is actually consuming whatever is produced in these particular fields, because obviously water is going over here in these fields, and it is impacting the soil, and ultimately you can say there is this concept of biomagnification. Okay, so ultimately these contaminants are in small traces are getting inside your food, in your water, and ultimately leading to the health hazards. Then here you can say water crisis in Rajasthan. As I told you, this Gang Neher and the Indira Gandhi Canal are basically considered as the lifelines in this particular area of Thar. Okay, so polluted Sutlej water is getting into Rajasthan, impacting the agriculture, impacting the drinking water, and cross-state protests are happening because of that. Okay, now moving further, here you can say what are the demands of the farmers. So farmers are saying stop discharging the untreated industrial waste. If you are sending the waste into the Buda Nala, at least treat them first. And other than that, also if we talk about the regulatory demands, there are provisions for the treated water, but the thing is that provisions are not being made, you can say met. Okay, implement National Green Tribunal's directions. Direction has been given by the National Green Tribunal various times, and that has not been implemented. And strict action against the polluting units, which are basically the industries. Okay, now moving further, here you can see analyzing the, you can say, deterioration of Buda Nala water quality, how water quality is being declining. First is your industrial discharge. We have already seen that there are various more than 200 250 industries which are there. Okay, and that is letting the untreated water inside the Nala. So lack of treatment facilities and regulatory non-compliance. There are provisions that you have to treat the water before you are discharging into the streams, but that is not being met. Okay, so that is first issue, because of which water is getting polluted. Then agricultural runoff. When all these pollutants are there in the air as well as in the water, and because of the rain, this water is getting into the streams. Okay, so excessive use of the fertilizer in the fields, that is also is a cause of concern over here. And pesticide leaching, and these pesticides are basically going into the, you can say, soils as well. So these are something on the ends of farmers as well, because that is also impacting the Buda Nala, because whatever water is there, that is coming into that Nala as well. Okay, so this excessive use of fertilizer is also led to the issues of eutrophication. Okay, then open dumping sites. If we are talking about the waste and the sites are open, so ultimately you can say traces of contaminants will be going through these sites as well into the stream. Okay, and the last over here is that increased urbanization. Increased urbanization means that increased in the pollution, increasing pollution as well. Okay, so all these factors has led to the worsening water quality of the Buda Nala. Now moving further, here you can see environmental regulatory actions in Punjab. So when this particular case came in front of NGT, so NGT has actually started to give some directions over here. When these directions were not being fulfilled, they have imposed a fine of nearly 50 crore has been imposed on the Punjab government for, you can say, not doing anything about this particular issue. Okay, then moving further, CPCB direction to the Punjab Pollution Control Board. Central Pollution Control Board has given direction to the PPCB. So they have actually given direction related to the taking action against this particular issue, but that was also not that is also not been happening. Then they have gone for the water quality report. Okay, when we are talking about this water quality report, they have seen that there is non-compliance of the provisions. When we are talking about the provisions related to the water quality or the water which is to be discharged in the stream, for that also there is a particular provisions which has been made that you have to treat the water. That is also not being compliant, or you can say non-compliance of the water quality. Then CPCB inspection, when we are talking about, they have gone for the factors like BOD, biological oxygen demand, COD, and the suspended particle, etc. So they have gone for the test, and they have seen that the water quality has declined severely when we are talking about 2008 and now. Okay, so that has happened, and CPCB has submitted a report of detailed inspection to the NGT. Okay, now in that report they have seen that the water quality of with respect to the biological oxygen demand, chemical oxygen demand, and total suspended particles, that has declined severely since 2008. Okay, so that has been given in the report. Here you can see, when we are talking about the biological oxygen demand, I have written the definitions over here. You can see, while the BOD is a parameter that represents amount of dissolved oxygen, the amount of oxygen that is present in water consumed by biological organism when they decompose organic matter in the water. Okay, simply speaking, this is your water body. In the water body, there are various organisms, and there are various whatever nutrients which are going inside the water. Okay, now for their decomposition, there is some amount of oxygen which is required. Okay, whatever oxygen is required for the decomposition, that is called as the biological oxygen demand. Whatever organisms, bacteria, or be it the flora and fauna which is living inside this water, and they require oxygen, that required oxygen amount by the biological elements which are there, that is called as the biological oxygen demand. Okay, talking about the chemical oxygen demand, that is the amount of oxygen consumed when the water sample is chemically oxidized. Okay, now when there are various you can say pollutants which are inside the water, water has some kind of self-cleansing properties as well. So when they go for the oxidation of that particular whatever contaminants are there, and trying to keep itself clean, that is the chemical oxygen demand. Okay, so amount of oxygen consumed when the water sample is chemically oxidized. Okay, coming to the next one, that is total suspended solids, that measures the total amount of suspended materials in the water. These are the three parameters which are used for the assessing the quality of water. Now pollution control. In September, after the protest intensified, Punjab government announced their three-phased plan to clean the stream in a tie-up with the Nebula Group to make the water fit for drinking. They have announced the plan, but there are experts which are saying that on ground nothing is working, they are not doing anything over here, nothing really happened on the ground. That is what experts are saying. Then pollution control challenges. What are the challenges? Why is that people are not doing anything? So first is that complex cleanup efforts. When we are talking about the pollution related issues, resources are required, infrastructure is required. So all these activities are complex in nature. So that is their cleaning efforts require extensive resources and the coordination. Okay. Second, lack of the accountability. Who will do it and who is asking you that whether you did it or not? So there is a lack of accountability that is there. And third is industrial pushback. All those industrial units which are there, which are actually contributing to the pollution, they are not willing to go for the, you can say, upgrade in the technologies, etc., so that the pollution can be less. Okay, so there is a lack of willingness which is there because they do not want to reduce the profitability. Okay, so because of all these things, you can say that these efforts are not working on the ground. Now, what is the way forward? So there should be strict enforcement of pollution control laws and regulate the regular monitoring of the industries over there. Compensation and the healthcare support for the affected farmers and the other communities which are living over there, and long-term environment restoration plan for Budha Nala as well as the Sutlej River system. Okay, so that should be the way forward. So this is about the Budha Nala controversy. This is about the pollution over there. This is about the protest, and ultimately what is the way forward. Okay, in the end, now we have a practice question for you, so that can be important. Budha Nala stream is associated with which of the following river? Ganga, Yamuna, Sutlej or Byas? So you can attempt this question and answer to me in the comment box. Okay. With that, I would like to take your leave. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, have a good day. Thank you, and please subscribe the channel.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.